If you're watching this video, chances are it's crossed your mind that you're thinking about chickens. So I'm going to give you 8 different reasons as to why you could possibly get into chickens. What's going on, my plant people? I am the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a form of mental health therapy, and we're going to be talking about chickens. Why did I get into small livestock in the first place? I have 8 reasons why. The benefits can outweigh the cost. I'm telling you, have you ever tried to buy some organic eggs, some organic chicken? You know how expensive that crap is? Oh man, I'm not beef for those prices, yo. So I'm gonna be raising my own organically because that's how we do. Pollito. The first reason why I'm getting into raising chickens is because of how they're treated and how they are raised. They go through some really crazy conditions. They're overpacked, overcrowded. The health is not the best. The health of these chickens, how they are raised in confined spaces, I don't agree with it. It always bothered me. And it's about time that I know where my food is coming from. And I know that these chickens in my care are going to be growing up and raised the right way. Free ranging, eating from the ground, eating fresh. Being that I'm going to be raising these chickens myself, I already know how are they properly going to be dispatched. My boyfriend Jose really likes this one. I think it's just the colors, the plumage. She's just really pretty. And he already named him Pollito, which is basically baby chicken in Spanish. So it's going to be kind of hard for him to do something about this guy in the future. I told him not to name his food, but he insisted on naming him Pollito. When I was younger, I used to go to Puerto Rico a lot to go visit my family, and a lot of them have chickens. So basically, I saw the process from beginning to end of how it's done. It's been a while, but it's not my first time seeing it. Number 2, I kind of touched on the first one, is knowing where your food comes from. I know it's a lot easier just to go to the supermarket and just buy your chicken, buy your meat like that, but you don't know how they're raised. Yes, you can buy your food in the supermarket. I totally understand that. I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that all my life. But at the same time, you don't know where your food is coming from. You don't know how they're raised. You don't know how the process is. You don't know what the conditions are when these chickens are being raised in these large containment areas. You just don't know. And I want to know how they're raised, so I'm going to do it myself. Number 3 is I'm raising these chickens for meat. We have become really disconnected from where our meat comes from. You just don't know, again, how it's raised, how are they dispatched, is there abuse, how are their conditions, living conditions. So I know that when I'm raising my own food, I know that my meat is going to be the most healthiest that I can possibly get it there. Number 4 is eggs. Eggs. Why not get a bunch of eggs? I'm tired of buying them at the supermarket. Again, you don't know where your food is coming from. You don't know where the chickens, how they've been laying them. I know this sounds weird, but you know what? It's the disconnect that we have in this modern age from where our food is. Everyone doesn't want to know where our food comes from. It's something taboo, something that we don't want to talk about, but why not? How amazing would that be if I can just go outside and just pick fresh eggs? The yolk is different. The color is different. Oh my gosh, the flavor is different. Once you get fresh eggs, you just do not want to go back. Number 5, if there is a food shortage, or when there is a food shortage, depending on how you want to see it, is you can have something to sell or barter with. I don't know if there's going to be a food shortage later on in the future. I want something that I can sell. I want something that I can barter with, trade with. Let's say that you have a trade or something that I need, but you also have something that you want and that I just happen to have. We can trade, we can barter. Whatever services, let's say lawn cutting or some work around the house, trade it off with some food, trade it off with some eggs. Why not trade? And especially during these times where there is a limited amount of money, being that people are strapped with times, get some bargaining chips. Number 6 is composting and fertilizer. Being that I'm expanding my garden, I'm going to need a lot more fertilizer and I'm going to need a lot more compost. And you know what? It gets tiresome and expensive to keep buying your own compost and buying your own fertilizer. Now these are going to hold me off until my order of my Jersey Giants comes in August. I'm not trying to wait. I'm really not trying to wait. In 3 months from now, you never know what will happen, and I'm just not trying to wait. I know you're going to be eating and shitting all in the same place that I need you to. Woo! Number 7 is food security. We've all seen it. We've all seen the news. We've all heard about it. The food shortages going on. Even Wendy's cutting out their burgers. Come on now. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I want to be prepared. I'm going to be raising chickens regardless, but this whole situation that we're going on, this global crisis, this kind of accelerated my progress. So I started getting into chickens right now. I want to be able to be secure in my food. There's just tons of benefits for it, and that is exactly why I'm raising baby chicks. Eventually, I'll be getting into rabbits and whatnot, but for now, let's go with chickens. I'm just being well prepared, and if nothing happens, fantastic. I still have extra food. I still know where it's coming from. They're still going to be raised organically. Number 8 is food shortage. This kind of goes hand in hand with number 7 about food security. You just don't know what is going to happen, and I don't want to be left in the dust. Woo! If there's going to be a meat shortage because of the processing plants that are being shutting down, I want to be able to secure my food knowing that I can grow it in my backyard. Food shortage is definitely something to worry about. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I want to be prepared. I don't want to be left in the dust. You know how hard it is already? They already have limits on meat. Everything is being limited eventually, and I just don't want to be left in the dust. I don't want to be scrambling. I don't want my family to be scrambling for food. Where are they going to get their next meal? That's okay, because I'm going to be raising our next meal. I know that sounds a little harsh, but you know what? Again, the disconnect between your food and you. We've already seen small signs of it, and I just don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for something to happen before I get my crap together. I'm keeping them in my kitchen right now because I kind of have nowhere else to put them. I'm in the process of trying to figure it all out. I have a chicken coop already, but being that they're baby chicks, I kind of got to keep them inside. So I have this big storage bin with a heat lamp with their food and water in here for the first few weeks. But now eventually I'm going to have to move them on. Go over the pros and cons as to why you may want to get into chickens or maybe any other small livestock. But being that we're talking about baby chicks, we're talking about chickens. You are Pollito, my little Pollito. Now I'm over here naming it. Now I'm over here messing with it. Really consider getting into chickens. These times in this world is getting really, really crazy, really jacked up. And you know what? I don't want to be left wondering where my next food source is going to be coming from. So get into chickens. You'll love them. Then you'll start naming them Pollito. Just throwing some quick mental health in there. And what better way to beat my anxiety of food shortage with, preparation? Why not prepare? And that is how I combat anxiety with all of this, is through preparation. I'm not saying get all doomsday prepper, but preparation can help. I'm telling you, it really can. I hope you liked this video, and if you did like this video, don't forget to smash that like button for Pollito. He'll really appreciate it. If you want to see more content like this on gardening, houseplants, and humor, and apparently livestock as a form of mental health therapy, then consider subscribing. I drop a video every week and then some in between. Also, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, where I post a lot of funny stuff, a lot of memes, and also a lot of side projects. So stay tuned for that. And on that note, I will see y'all later. Peace and love. Bye. So tiny. Que chiquito. Que chiquito, Pollito. Pollito. Oop. Pollito chiquito, which means small little chicken.